Good morning. Time to get up. 4:30. This is the wake-up call. Let's rise and shine. Morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am back home. I will explain later. But as you check in this morning, as always, let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are. Let's get up. Welcome to the morning. Thank you for being here. Today is August 6th, 2025. It's 4:33 here on the East Coast of the United States. This is your wake-up call. Let's get up, let's get pumped. My little view from the top of the mountain. Top of my little hill in my neighborhood. Again, I'm back home. I was traveling for business, had to turn around. I'll explain more later. Today though, we're gonna talk about unlocking your superpower. Let's get going today, people. If you're up and you're here, it's the right place, right time. Let's make it count. Let's get this work in. Let's get started. We can do this. You can do this. Let's do this together. Whatever it is you're working on, whatever it is, that thing that you need to do, that thing you've been wanting to do, that thing you've been trying to do. Let's get it done this morning. As you check in, as I said before, drop in below where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are. Just a good morning. If I'm your alarm clock and I'm just getting you up to go get started, thanks for being up. Let's go. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Clap your hands. get the smile in, people. Good morning. That's Sadiq. What's up? Kev. That Kev 08. Someone's following me. Keep an eye on them, Kev. That's your job. That's what you're here for. Yell if they get close. You gotta say something. Don't let nobody sneak up on me, Kev. I gotta focus on the run. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome to the work, people. This is where we do the work. Who is that, Nick? My God. Who's that, Anthony? Antonio? Say 4:30 a.m. booty call. What's up? Rays, welcome in. Now, it's a Diddy party. At least I know y'all guys gotta focus on the run. Let's go, people. Don't leave me out here by myself. Let's get up, let's go. Remember, guys, when you check in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time of day it is where you are. Do me a favor. If you liked it, if you dropped a comment, please double tap, hit that like button. Doesn't cost you anything. It's just a great way of saying, hey, I was here, I checked it out. It was good to see. Thank you very much for that. Let's go, people. Let's get up this morning. Let's get started. And Antonio, Seattle. Welcome in, Antonio. Did you say greetings from Belgium? Welcome in, Kev 08. I'm in Maryland. I'm in Northern Maryland. I'm out for my morning run. It's a walk and talk. I just added the run to it. Repetition stages. Just gotta keep doing it. It's begging for structure. It's begging for a reason. The body wants me to do something with it. Whew. Peace and love to you guys this morning also. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the encouragement, guys. Welcome into the chat. It's that time. Seattle. Oh my goodness, this is 1:35 in the morning over there? Man, that's early. You been up all night? What time do we have in Belgium? What time is it in Belgium, guys? This is Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. It is now 4:39 a.m. Real life running, people. I'm up and I'm out. Thank you for being here. Belgium, 10:39 in the morning, okay? So you're 6 hours ahead of us there in Belgium. Thank you. Istanbul. Did that say Istanbul? Katbuli, Mehul. Welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for being here this morning. Joining me on this run. Okay. Got to cut through. Am I here too early? Are the sprinklers on here? One of the areas where I cut through is, you guys can probably hear those sprinklers. All right, there they go. Welcome, welcome everyone. Thank you. I'm gonna finish this first mile, people. I am not a happy runner, people. If you're watching this run right now, I am not one of these people who's like, hey, let's do another. Running is for happiness. That's not me. Running serves a purpose. This cardio is doing its job. But I am not a happy runner. People, I am not the guy who's like, hey, running is life. I'm embracing the suck right now, as they say. Right? Running is something I understand the need to do. I know why I'm doing it. I'm not a big fan of it. But welcome in, everybody. Let's get done what we need to get done. Some things we need to do because we understand how they serve our purpose. So we do it because we know it serves a greater good, serving a goal for us. If it's your time and that's what you need to be doing, let's get up, let's get it done, people. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the run. It is now 4:42 in the morning. We are in the last quarter of a mile, people, for this morning run. Whew. Let's get it done, people. Work with me. Let's go. What'd you say there, Kev? I'm sorry, I'm trying to finish this. I'm sorry if I miss any comments, guys. It's hard to run and read. I don't know if y'all can see these big old glasses on my face. But I'm gonna get to it. Kev says, what do you wanna do today after you run? After I run today, I have a requirement. I'm gonna get the kids out the house this morning. And then I have to work on a video for the page. Right now I do everything myself. So I need to record, edit, and schedule it to post. So that's the plan for today, is to get this content recorded and up on the page. Then take care of my house, spend time with the family. Make sure I'm aligning all of my actions with my purpose. It gets tough, man. It gets hard. As soon as you say you want something in life, it'll throw you challenges. It takes repetition. It takes determination. It takes effort. 1 mile. 1 mile done this morning, people. That's our mile. Thank you for joining me on the mile, people. Let's get up. Let's get up. Come on, people. Let me get some thumbs up for that mile. Come on, double tap that screen. I told you, I'm not a big fan of running a mile. Not a big fan of running at all. But we got that one done. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Woo! Bless. Let's be blessed, people. Kev said, respect man for being up so early and active. Thank you very much. Same to you. I don't know, it's 10:30. How long you been up over there in Belgium? Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for being here this morning. Welcome to this morning's walk and talk. It is Wednesday, August 6th. It is now, what time? 4:45 in the morning. Today we're going to talk about how to unlock your superpower, people. How do you unlock your superpower? And this is real, like, I'm talking about real superpower. I'm not talking about, oh, this is in the comics. I'm talking about how you unlock that part of you that you don't know is there, right? The creation of superheroes and mythology, all of these things are created in order to inspire humans to do more, to seek out what they're capable of, right? There's a story about the 4-minute mile and how the record stood for years, and scientists had accepted that it was impossible for the human body to cover a distance of a mile in less than 4 minutes. I don't remember the racer who broke it. I don't remember the name or the year. But when that record fell, it unlocked the minds of the planet. And that record fell repeatedly, over and over again, year after year after year, from that point. Why is that important, people? Why is that important? I'll tell you why that's important. Give me just a moment. I'll tell you why that record's important and why that information is important. That record's important and that information's important because that's how we, as humans, determine or decide what we're capable of. For many of us, we wait for somebody else to do it first. We look out at the world. Let me see if I can get this brighter. Nope, that's not bright. That's the opposite. There we go. Here we go. Y'all lost me for a second. All right. For many of us, we wait for the world to prove something's possible, and then we just try to get close to that mark because it's deemed a world record. But once that thing is proven to be possible, that superpower of being able to break a barrier is within all of us. How do you unlock yours? What is this thing that you don't believe you can do? What's this thing you want to do where you're like, well, that's not really possible for me because I'm dealing with these specific situations. I feel this specific way. I have these, it's never been done before. Nobody in my family has ever done it. I have these challenges. You don't know what the challenges are. How do you unlock your superpower? It's the same thing, people. It's going to take repetition, patience, consistency, and perseverance. I don't care where you're at in the world. We've all seen these superhero movies. And the best superhero movies are the coming of age ones. It's the first one. It's the ones where the person uncovers their superpower and they're uncomfortable with it at first. And then they have to work on it. They have to develop it. They have challenges. They struggle with it. It doesn't matter what type of movie you're watching. Even if you're just watching a movie about someone who's seeking revenge for a family member who has been damaged in some type of way. Even when you watch movies like Taken, there's the superpower. There's this ability that has to be unlocked. I have a particular set of skills. Right? Isn't that what he says in Taken? Like, I have a particular set of skills. Right? That's we all have to nurture a particular set of skills in order for us to unlock our superpower. I'm not talking about flying. I'm not talking about kicking in doors or breaking bones. For some of you, it may be kicking in doors and breaking bones. But what it is this that discovery. It's you looking into yourself, finding out what your purpose is, because remember, your purpose is what you leave behind. Your purpose may not be what you do. What you do is your calling. That's the thing you do. Your purpose is what you leave behind, right? I love to use for an example, God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant played basketball. That was his calling. His purpose was much bigger. His impact globally on the hearts and minds of people, adults and children alike, on their ability to be capable of pursuing their goals with determination and discipline, setting the fire that lets them know it's not how many friends you have, it's not how many people like you, it's not how many people support you, it's how much you like yourself. And discovering, as he says, discovering that he had a passion for the game, and then developing that, and then his purpose is what he left behind. The lives that he touched across the globe, the memorials that went up, because not who he was as a basketball player, but because who he was as a human. That was his superpower. We all have a superpower that we have to unlock, but it's going to take dedication and focus. It's going to take us taking the time to have something. We must all have something where we will tell the entire world, wait, I'm working on my thing. I'm working on my thing. Pranav, hey bro, welcome back. How you doing? Kev says, no, this is, Tom says, our background in education can often limit us. Our background in education can limit us if we allow it, right? Our background in education will only limit us if we allow it to limit us. Understand, if you had challenges with your background and your education, you've already developed things that other people don't know about, right? If it was hard for you to find a book to read and then you had to hide it, or you had to go miles to get it, or you had to share it with a bunch of other people, and then it was difficult for you to get access to it, you've already developed a degree of perseverance that many people who had access to knowledge all the time didn't have. This is directly for you, Tom. This is directly for you. I'm letting you know we all have experiences, we all have backgrounds, but what you have to look at is not what did this limit me to, but what did this make available in me? What did this open up in me? What type of calluses, what type of skills, what type of ability have I gained because I've gone through things you haven't gone through? Because I've endured things that many people haven't had to endure. Because I survived a family that did not have a good functioning system, didn't have a two-parent household. Because I survived a system where I was surrounded by chaos and madness. And so I learned that even within there, I had to find solitude so I can focus on my development. That is a skill. That is a superpower. Not everybody has it. Not everybody can work under pressure. You can walk into a job today and you'll see it all the time where people will say, oh my goodness, this job is insane. It's driving me crazy. And you walk in and you're like, what are you talking about? This is just work. See, that's a superpower. You've already developed that skill. I understand that there can be challenges in a life, especially when you want something. As soon as you say you want something, challenges are going to pop up. Refusing to lay down and die under the circumstances of your background and your environment is what empowers you. It's what makes you stronger. It's what gives you this upper hand. That is your superpower. Lean into it. Don't fall away from it. Don't complain about it. Don't lament it. Don't compare pain for pain. Understand that your pain helped you to get to where you are. It helped to design and drive and craft you into the person who you are. The ability to deal with difficulty, the ability to find answers, the ability to come up with solutions because you've been doing it your whole life. Hey, Tom, be blessed. I'm telling you that there is something in you when you've gone through it already. Many people, that's why the message is often you have to seek out challenges, because for much of America, as much as we complain, there aren't any real challenges until we want something. For much of America, and many places in America, you can just sit down. Life doesn't care if you sit down. Life doesn't care if you don't want to get up and work, if you don't want to go out and put in the effort. In so many places in America, we can sit down. People making $100,000 a year complaining, oh, the industry is going bad. Oh, everything is collapsing. I can't even, what? There are people who are surviving as a single parent household, making $13 an hour. That is less than $26,000 a year after taxes. As a head of a household with 2 children who are figuring it out, and you're making $100,000 a year and complaining because you have competition, we have to understand, unlocking our superpower is just that. It's having that part of us that says, hey, it doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter how much money I'm making. What matters is, am I working at my highest potential? Am I at the highest level I could possibly be at? Let me test it. I don't care what it is you're doing. I don't care if it's your fitness. I don't care if it's your finances. I don't care if it's your job, your relationships. Can I be doing this better? Can I be better at this? Do I have a superpower at this? Develop it, that understanding, that knowing. That first time, I remember I hated sales for years because I was taught growing up that all salespeople were charlatans. They were all criminals. They were all out to trick you. And so I ran from sales for years. And then one day I decided, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna put a price on something. And I'm gonna tell a person, this is what you have to pay to have access to it. And the first thing that I sold access to was training time with me. Because I used to give it away for free. I used to just go in the gym and people would be like, hey man, I wanna work out with you. I'd be like, great, that's perfect. That's perfect, come work out with me. I'm here in the morning, 6:30. Drop in, I'm doing back tomorrow. Awesome. I get there, I warm up, 6:30 show up, they're not here. 7 o'clock show up, I still haven't started working out because I told these people I would work out with them, they're not here. And this is before the advent of cell phones. 7:15, 7:30, finally I've been here an hour, I start my workout. I start doing my workout, they walk in somewhere around 8:15. Hey man, you almost done? What? No, I'm not almost done, but I'm well into my set. And so I started to discover that people didn't value my time because I did not value my time. I did that for a long time. Just telling people, yeah, meet me here, I'll be here. Meet me here, I'll be here. And then the day came when I said, hey, look, I'll be here at 6:30. You wanna work out with me at 6:30? It's gonna cost you $50. Many, many years ago, $50 was a good amount of money to work out with somebody. It's a good amount of money for a personal training session back in the day. So it's gonna cost you $50. 25 up front, other 25 at the completion of the session, right? That's gonna hold your spot for you, so I'll wait for you to get here. So, man agrees, boom, gives me the 25 bucks. I'm like, perfect, dude, this is gonna work out. Doesn't show up. I keep my 25 bucks. I made $25 for waiting for you. Did it again. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, well, can I use? Nah, it's gonna cost you another 25 bucks. You lose that. You don't show up, you lose that. They started showing up. They started coming in, right? My superpower wasn't working out. My superpower wasn't being a thief. That wasn't even my superpower. That was just me coming to an understanding that as a salesperson, I had unlocked a skill. As an individual capable of speaking to others and being able to simply say, hey, my time, my effort, my work has value. If you don't value it, if I don't value it, you can't. All of a sudden it changed. Clients show up on time, clients show up early. Clients want to talk after because there's a cost associated with it. They care about their workout. It's not free. It changed. It changed me. I remember my mind flipping over to a place of, wow, this is a real thing. I'm letting you know, people, that unlocking your superpower isn't easy. You're gonna have to get in there. You're gonna have to go through some things. Your superpower may not be what you think it is. You might have to fall over some rocks, jump off some cliffs. You might have to tread in some deep water. But when you get there and you find that thing and you're like, oh wait, I'm doing that right. I'm doing it. And then you start growing. And then the music montage comes on in the background and you keep growing and you keep getting better. And people start noticing. And then you start doing it and you keep getting better and you keep getting better. And you find out it doesn't matter what I do on my job. It's what I do on me. It's the work I do on me. It's not the work that I do when I'm out there doing my job or I'm out there in the world doing that thing. It's when I work on me that I develop these talents and these skills that unlock my superpower. If you want to unlock your superpower, if you want to live your own coming of age story, you have to get to work. You have to get out there in that deep water. I don't know what that thing is for you that you've been telling yourself, hey, I want to do this. I don't know if it's writing a book. I don't know if it's starting a YouTube page. I don't know if it's mentoring children. I don't know what it is for you. I don't know what that thing is. I do know this though. In order for you to be able to do it, you're gonna have to start doing it. There's no shortcut to that, people. There's no, hey, how do I do this without doing it? Now, in order for you to do it, I don't care if the thing you want to do is to get AI to do it for you. Even if you want to get AI to do it for you, at some point you're gonna have to go out there and learn how to do it. You're gonna have to teach AI what to do, when to do it, how to do, what to do, where to do, right? You're gonna have to teach that lesson. Let's see what we have in the chats here. We have Marvelous. What do you think of XRP? XRP, say, Marvin said hi. Hi, Marvin. Pranav, hey, no one wants to grow around me. Fine, get bigger than them. Hey, Pranav. Hey, XRP in relationship to what, Marvelous? Pranav, if the people around you don't want to grow, that's fine. That just means that there's more sunlight for you to gobble up. Your roots will extend and it will choke them out. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. If the people around you don't want to grow, you'll grow big enough to be next to bigger trees, right? Don't be a tree comparing yourself to the grass. Start in the same place, but you're not going the same place. You're not ending up in the same place, right? So this is what I'm talking about in terms of unlocking your own superpower, knowing your value, knowing what you're working on, and how to go about executing it, how to go about being who you need to be, and how to really focus with discipline on growing. Pranav, do not worry. Do not worry about the people around you not wanting to grow. It's not a concern. It's a non-starter. What do you want to do? Are you doing what you want to do? Are you growing the way you want to grow? Are you focused on your goals, your principles, your purpose? Let's do that work. That's what we do. That's how we inspire those around us. And not everybody's going to want it. Here's the thing though. Not everybody wants the same thing. Some people are happy being grass, and hey, we need grass. Don't be mad because somebody wants to be grass if you want to be a tree. Don't be mad if somebody wants to be a shrub if you want to be a redwood. Don't be upset about it. And the reason you need to not be upset is because everybody can't be everything. It's okay. It's okay. Don't lament. Don't be upset at them. We continue to work. We continue to grow. Thank you for being here this morning, guys. Thank you. It is now 5:04 in the morning. I'm here on the East Coast. This is the Walk and Talk. And today we're talking about unlocking your superpower. We're talking about being able to open up that part of you, to discover that part of you that you're unaware of. That thing that you don't know you can do yet. But when you start doing it, that thing that will amaze those around you, even yourself. It will amaze you what you're capable of, how capable you are of it, and how easy it can become for you to do it. Pranav says, sir, your words are fire. Thank you very much. Thank you. Everyone, welcome in today. Thank you for being here. Make sure as you check in, let me know where you're checking in from, what time it is, where you are, what's going on with you today. Is it morning, afternoon, night? What are we working on? Also, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't done so yet, please drop a thumbs up. Double tap. Just hit the thumbs up on the screen, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be much. It's just a good way to say, hey, I've been here. I saw something, I heard something, I read something. And guess what, guys? It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing at all. It's just a way to support. and say, hey, I've been here. I appreciate it. Everything that we want to do in life is out there in front of us. All of this growth is out in front of us. I want to encourage you today. I want to motivate you today. I want to let you know to get up and get started. You're not alone in your desire to want to do it. You're not alone in your belief that you can do it. You're not alone in the concern that you don't know how to do it. Many things we simply learn along the way. This morning is your morning to get up and get started and know that the work that you're doing today is for your tomorrow. And as you invest in your day, you build your tomorrow. You grow your tomorrow. Pranav, everybody deserves a father figure like you in life. Thank you again. From India, it is 2:30 p.m. in India. Jackson says, Pranav, the U.S. grew because of people who wanted to serve the people around them. These people talking about the grind are not the people who grew things. They're just people trying to survive. So there's the thing. Here's the thing. That's true, Jackson, because oftentimes we look at the head. We look at, in many situations when we study history, we study the people in power and what were the philosophy of the people in power. But you're absolutely right, Jackson. United States grew not because the people in power had the greatest plan, not because they were always right. We have some checkered history. Why did it grow? It grew because the people in the country found a sense of community. And as that sense of community grew, as they started to break down walls and barriers and were able to connect across economic and racial lines, the country grew stronger and stronger. It grew faster. It is flourishing now because we've torn down so many barriers that have held us back for years. Not saying that we're perfect, but you're absolutely right, Jackson. It's not about, hey, who was in office when this happened? What was the political party that was in office? It's about who was in the community. Who was there when, before there was a FEMA and rivers used to flood, who used to take care of the communities? Before there was a federal department of funding for natural disasters and cities were burning down across the country, who were the people who ran in with buckets of water and cranked hoses thrown into fetid rivers to put out fires because everything was built on wood and all it took was a cinder to light up an entire city? It was the communities, it was the people who lived there, the people who died there, the people who watched these fires burn and then had to build back up, who had to come together and build. Listen, people around you, not everybody around you will be what you want to be, but they all have a purpose. They're all there for a reason. They're all there to do the work. You have to focus on yourself. Those who are inspired may join you, but understand that you're still growing. You're still working on you. This is why it's important. A few days ago, I did a walk and talk about sacrifice. We have to stop using the term sacrifice for the things that we want to achieve. It's not a sacrifice to do the work for the thing that we want to do a work for. It is not fair for parents to tell their children that they sacrifice something for them. And the reason that's not fair is because those children are yours. Those children are there because you decided, mistakenly or not, they came into the world. You didn't sacrifice anything for that child. You took up the mantle of being a parent. That's not a sacrifice. That's not a burden we should throw on a child. I sacrificed my career for you. What? Now this child is walking around believing that they're the reason you had to give up something in your life? You didn't sacrifice your career. You made a decision to care for that child. That's not a sacrifice. And if you think it's a sacrifice, you need to rethink your position. We use this term sacrifice too easy. Too loosely. We have to understand that the work that needs to be done is the work that needs to be done. Jackson, you have a couple of comments in here. It says Pranav has the option to either try and harness the people around them and rise above them, or they can serve and humility. I would rather be a servant in lowly circumstances. India is tough. Honor your parents. There's a lot of stuff on the internet to get people hyped up. It's a drug for people in privileged countries. No, Jackson, it's not. No, Jackson, it's not. It doesn't matter. We just talked about this earlier, Jackson. Thank you for being here, Jackson. Thank you for contributing. There are underprivileged areas in the United States. You have to look in rural America. Travel to backcountry. Travel to rural North Carolina. Travel to people who are in rural Kentucky and rural West Virginia. Look at the areas where the coal mines industries have gone away, but people are still suffering from the issues and the diseases generations later because the water is fetid and because the air isn't breathable. It's not just in India. Challenges are challenges. When the moment you say you want something in life, you're gonna face challenges. They may be different, but let's not compare. Let's not compare. I'm not in India. I don't know what the India challenges are, but I do know this. No matter where you are, if you wanna overcome challenges, you're gonna have to start taking steps. You're gonna have to start doing things. Pranav says, I'm a college student and I will grow and help people like me. You will grow, you're 19, you will grow, you will do work in order to help people like you because this is important. And Jackson, I believe you can echo this sentiment. You can echo this, Jackson. You cannot help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. If you tell somebody, hey, it's flooding, you need to get out the street, and they lay down, and you pull them and they pull against you, they say, I don't want to get out the street. You can struggle as much as you want. You can fight as much as you want, but it's imperative for the people who say that they want something to work towards that thing. That's where these communities in the United States came from. That's where they come from around the world. We have to understand that things are different in different places. See, there are some challenges that you face here in the United States that you don't face in other countries. For example, in many countries, Pranav, how much does it cost for you to go to college? What is your cost for college? What's your out-of-pocket cost, Pranav, in order for you to go to college? Blanket Party says their challenges are fighting the urge. Okay, come on, Blanket. Pranav, seriously, let me know. What is the cost of college in India? Welcome in, Top Gun, good to see you. Thank you for being here. If you're still there, Pranav, I'd like to know what's the cost of going to college in India. $1. Come on, man, be serious. I'm serious. Don't joke. Jackson said, just don't be eager to be an American. Don't try to think like them or talk like them. If you're trying to be a doctor in India. $1 for 5 days. It costs $1 for 5 days of college, Pranav? It costs $1 for 5 days of college? Is that $1 American dollar? $1 American dollar pays for a week of college. Guess how much college costs in the United States, Pranav? Guess how much college costs in the United States? A lot more. By the credit hour. Doesn't matter if it's community. God forbid you want to go to college in a state that you didn't grow up in. Significantly more. These days, college can be a scam. And greed, Top Gun. It costs a lot. What are we looking at right now? Average cost of college in the United States for a 4-year degree is somewhere around $100,000. And you got to take out loans to do it. You got to take out loans, and then when you finish, you got to find a job and try to pay those loans back first. Here's what I'm not going to do, Pranav. I'm not going to try to tell you what to be or where to be it. I'm not going to tell you that if you want to be a doctor, to be it in India. I'm not going to try to tell you, don't try to be like anyone. Focus on Pranav. Focus on the things that you're working on. Don't let anybody else tell you who you have to be or how you have to be it. The only thing I'm telling you is, whatever it is you want to be, whoever it is you want to be, it's incumbent on you to do the work. It's incumbent on you to get up and start putting in the time. As we were talking about earlier, unlock your superpower. Study. Understand your focus in your area of growth. I'm not here to try to make you into someone. I'm here to encourage you and to motivate you. And as I said before to Tom, if you've gone through stuff, if you've already lived through ordeals, you have perseverance and you have calluses. You have already formed the type of calluses and the perseverance and the endurance necessary to deal with things that many people don't have the ability to deal with, that many people succumb to, because we live in a society that tells us that it's already okay. Top Gun says, that wasn't the case 25, 30 years ago. It wasn't the case 25, 30 years ago. Colleges are money-making mills in the United States. Guess what else they don't have in other countries? College sports. They just had to finish a lawsuit in order for the kids who play college sports, that is a multi-billion-dollar industry, in order for them to be able to get a percentage of that money paid to them. They don't have this in other countries. You know what they do in other countries? If you're 12 and you show talent, they start paying your family and they put you to work in developing your talent early on. From the beginning, yo, you look like you're gonna be good at this. Here's your money. Early. You don't have to wait until you're 21, get an agent. No, they start that work early. Jackson says, whatever you're trying to be the best there is. In India, wherever you want to be, Pranav, don't feel like you're restricted by boundaries or borders. I know that isn't the dream, but I'm around very smart Indian guys all the time, and they just don't speak our language. Jackson, now you're starting to not make sense. Not trying to put anyone down. You're not making sense right now, Jackson. You're limiting people. You're showing a limited mind for yourself. We just talked about community and how communities had to come together to help build. And if that's what we're doing, if we're becoming a community, then the community is global. Come on, Jackson. Don't fall for the ignorance of others. Don't be led by the ignorance of, oh, it's the language. We have translators. We're basically living in Star Wars now. You could put a freaking AirPod in your ear and they can speak whatever language they speak, and Google will translate it for you in real time. And then you can respond back in English and it'll translate it for them. There's language barriers are things that we accept, not things that are there. You want to complain about a language that someone's speaking? That's an issue with you, Jackson. That's where you're broken. I'm recognizing that everyone has a limited mind system. No, you do. You have a limited mind system. See, that's the whole thing, is you think that people have to be in a certain place to be successful. You think people have to be where they're from in order to be successful. You think that you have to turn into somebody to go somewhere else. You going to India doesn't make you Indian any more than a person coming here makes them American. That's why America's called the great mixing pot, because you bring your culture, you bring your family, you bring your sense of identity, you bring it with you. It's only people here who believe that within their own ignorant mindset, that somebody else's identity has to be squashed in order to be here. You can't be here. You know, you don't speak the language. We don't understand you. Well, learn. What little English they know, they learned. How much Punjabi do you speak? How much have you learned? How much have you sought? Have you made an effort to speak? Have you made an effort to communicate? This is what I'm talking about, people. This is a little off subject, and this isn't something I normally do. And I definitely don't engage in debates with people who spew things that are not founded in any fact. But right now, Jackson, some of the things you're saying, because Pranav is going through a time as a 19-year-old where he's developing and he's getting a sense of himself and where he is in the world. And if you are indeed an American, you're giving him a negative sense of who we are in America. I say this as a guy who has been in Japan. I know I will never be Japanese. Right, you won't be Japanese, but that doesn't mean that the people in Japan should be kicking you out because you speak with an accent. They should be telling you to go back to America. You should do what you do in America. You don't have to be. This is what makes community. This is what builds the world. This is what strengthens us. He has 100 people in his life telling him he needs to go to the US. When did he say that? Pranav, did you say that there are 100 people in your life? Let me scroll back up and see. Pranav, were there 100 people in your life telling you to go to the U.S.? First time on your channel. Thank you for being here, Pranav. No one wants to grow around me. Everybody deserves a father. I'm from India, 2:30 p.m. I'm reading all of your responses. I'm a college student. I will grow up and help the people like me. And that's all about your home, your people. I'm 19. All right, let's see. It costs $1 for 5 days. I don't know how much it costs for college in the United States. Same in India. It's a business for them. All right. I'm reading all of this stuff. Pranav, in India, here is corruption, pollution, hard life, broken education system. That's why I decided to come to USA for growth after 3 years. Right. You come to the United States, you grow, and then you take home and you improve home. A lot of people travel for education. Don't think just because you grew up in Tennessee and you went to college in Texas that you didn't travel for education. Come on. Guys, I'm sorry, we got to turn this camera around just for a second. I need to be able to see these steps. Y'all see these steps? Y'all don't want me falling down these steps, do you? Still dark here. So, what are we learning? What are we talking about? What are we working on? We're working on growth and development, right? It doesn't have to be 100 people telling them to come to the US. If we're talking about growth and development, if we're talking about challenging ourselves against the toughest, the best, and the brightest, this is why American football players, American soccer players go to European countries to study soccer, because that's where the best are. That's where the best and the brightest are. This is why basketball players from around the globe come to the United States to play in the NBA, because this is where the best and the brightest are. This is where the talent is. And then they go back home to Germany, Ukraine, Turkey, Uzbekistan, Senegal. They go back home and they take the monies that they made and the knowledge that they gained and they invest it in their communities and they watch their communities grow. This is not about language. This is not about being somewhere else. It's about going the best place to go to get the thing you know you need. That is about development and growth. That's what that's about. That's what that's about, Jackson. We have to always understand, and this is why I say focus on your development and your growth, because the people around you don't know you like you do. We have to be self-aware. We have to be prepared to take steps. Pranav, in India, people want to go to other countries for a good life. Here, life is gambling. It's a country, it's developing. But there are also areas in India that are developing, and I get it, the population is large. And there are people in the United States that are saying the exact same thing, aren't they, Jackson? Aren't there people in the United States that say, I gotta get out of the United States is going to hell, right? I guess maybe me venting some frustration here. I work in sales. Even the worst American customer does business based on trust. Basically, they come from a trust society. If Pranav has something good, India needs it. I agree with that. I agree with that, Jackson. But let's not tell Pranav, don't come here. Let's help Pranav understand and help Pranav travel and be in the journey where he is right now. Keep working on Pranav. You don't know where you're going to end up. You don't know if you're going to end up the prime minister. You don't know if you're going to end up back in India starting business. You don't know if you're going to end up back in India working on infrastructure, developing communities, bringing up entire communities, bringing work and possibility and changing the future of India. We don't know what that's going to be. And you're 19, you got a long way to go. Keep working on you. As I said, you got to work on you. And as you align your principles, you'll find your purpose, and your purpose is what you leave behind. It's what I said earlier about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant did not grow up in the United States. He grew up in France. He came here. He didn't speak English well. He didn't have friends. He locked in with a basketball. Kobe Bryant's purpose wasn't his calling. His calling was basketball. It's what he worked on. His purpose are the hearts and the lives that he touched around the globe. Pranav, you're 19, you're young. Keep working. Keep working on Pranav. Keep learning about the world. Keep growing. Your purpose will come to you and it'll be what you leave behind. People who want to leave the United States don't know. Studying business, that's excellent. Jackson, what type of work do? You say you work in sales, right? John says, enjoy the process, learn through struggle, it pays off. Definitely learn through the work you do. The challenges are the things you seek out because those challenges will definitely help you shape and build the muscle and the skills in that space. But here's the thing, I'll tell you what the world is missing, and it's thirst for it everywhere. The world is missing leaders. Everywhere in the world, all companies are looking for good leaders. They have plenty of people who have gone to college and got degrees and who can do coding, who can write programs, who can work with AI, who can do IT, who can do medical billing. They have plenty of people who can do these things. They even have plenty of doctors out there. They have lots and lots of doctors. And the world could use more because the population is getting older. But I tell you what the world is really thirsty for. It is leaders. Every business is looking for someone who can help connect what they're trying to do with the people who they have doing it. We have a disengaged workforce. People who are showing up for the sole purposes of drawing a check. And they do not care about the outcome. They do not care about the people on the other side. They do not care about community. Everything is more and more distant. And when you talk to a human, this is the only human there because everything else is AI. Everything else is a chat bot. And when you finally get through to this one human who's been sitting here handling the most difficult calls all day, you're frustrated, they're frustrated. And y'all end up hating each other. The world is thirsty for leaders. It's thirsty for people to get out there and to lead and to help draw the purpose and the goals of the company in line with the purpose and the goals of the people. Jackson says the thing is, they teach numbers in school. They don't teach the American way of doing business because we all know it internally by the age of 13. It's trust. We start every interaction believing that the other person actually cares for us and wants the best because this is a Christian country, philosophically speaking. If you want to do American business, you want to read the New Testament. It sounds silly, but it's the truth, man. That's Jackson's opinion. That's Jackson's view of doing business in the United States. Pranav says, I want to be a big businessman. I read a lot of books, but in second and third hand books because it's the cheapest. Along with college, I am learning AI and how to use it. That's your opinion, Jackson. That's cool. Thank you for sharing your opinion. Here's the thing. I'm gonna speak directly to you, Jackson. I'm not a prosperity preacher. I'm a Christian, I'm a child of God. I was baptized many years ago, 1984, as a 12-year-old. I was baptized, I accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Born again, committed Christian, right? The Bible is about our spiritual life. It's about our walk. It's about the way we live. Business is just something we do here on the planet. Our life and the way we live is supposed to show Jesus to the world, not profit to the prosperous. The work that we do for the needy is not so we can stick our chest out and say, hey, I did this work for the needy. It's because they need it. and it's incumbent of us to fulfill our purpose. I do not attach scriptures to business because it's a part of my life. It's how I live. Excuse me. It is a part of my everyday, and I don't have to. If I have to explain to you that I'm a Christian, if I have to tell you that I'm a born-again child of God, then some light isn't shining through in the way I connect, in the way I speak, in the way I engage. This is important. It's really important because when we go out and we live our life the way we should, like they say, you can't con an honest man. You can't con a man who understands it takes something to get something. You can con a dishonest man. And the reason you can con a dishonest man is because you're looking for somebody who's trying to get more than they should from less than they have. Doing business is a human thing. Being faithful, spiritual, and committed to God is a personal thing. We have a personal walk that we have to have with Christ. There's a personal experience that we have to have. Because we understand as Christians, as born-again Christians, that our glory is laid up in heaven. I don't care how good we make our life here on earth. I don't care how much we enjoy it. We already know that heaven is going to be greater. Why would the Bible have any time to talk about business? Why would the Bible waste any of its breath, any of its information, talking about how to do business on earth? Right? Let's be honest. This is a human experience thing we're doing here. Doing business on earth and making money on earth and profit and traveling and going to different places and buying cars and watching sports and eating good meals. That's a flesh thing. That's a flesh thing. The Bible is not about your flesh. It tells you to deny it. The Bible literally tells you, deny your flesh to edify the spirit. So no, I'm not a prosperity preacher, God. I'm not a business is the way Christians do it, God. I'm not. Business is a human endeavor. God didn't create business in the beginning, right? So what does that mean? That means that we live as Christians because it's who we are. We believe in God and we follow Christ because it's who we are. Because our spirit is tied to it. Our forever, our eternity is tied to it. Not to how much I can sell a training session for. See, that's how people try to take advantage of us. That's one of the things that we've fallen into as Christians, is this belief that if someone comes in and they say they're Christian like we're Christian, then we can trust them. Oh, well, they're Christians, so they live by the same principles I do. We know that's not true, right? We know not everybody who say they like us is like us, Jackson, right? I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you I love God's word. I love the Bible and I love faith. I love the way it works in my life on a daily basis. I love the way it strengthens my spirit and allows me to carry on. But I'm telling you, when it comes to sitting down and talking to somebody about flipping a house, if you walk in the room and you be like, oh, praise the Lord, hallelujah, I want to talk to you just a moment about this beautiful opportunity that God has laid on my heart to share with you. What? Man, come on. Come on, man. Come on. You got further calling me the N-word. Come on, man. Don't walk in here like that. Don't do that. God brings you into people's lives to bless their lives. It don't cost you nothing. If anybody tell you that God told me to give you this thing it's just gonna cost you a little something, then God didn't tell him to give it to you, because God ain't never charged nobody for nothing. What would God look like charging a fee for a blessing? Come on. Come on. It's separate. It's our spirit. That's what our faith is. People corrupt our faith, and it's not just Christianity. People will assume your faith and they will turn it into a religion so that they can monetize it. It's why I don't do it. The principles that we talk about here are principles for human behavior to help you understand that you're capable of achieving great things, but it's going to require for you to discipline your flesh. For the purpose of your flesh doing work for things that your flesh will benefit from. Your spirit can only be nurtured by God. It can only be fed by God. It can only be stood up and edified by God. Welcome in. How you doing, Rich? Here's the thing. When it comes time to exchange money for something, man, you ain't gonna get more money from me because you said God bless. You're not. You're not. We have to stop thinking that because somebody says that they're where we're from and they think like we do and they walk like we do and they believe like we do that they do, because so many of them don't. It's a way for people to get into your pockets. The institutionalization of faith is called religion. Living for God is living for God. When the Israelites came out of Egypt, God dropped food on their heads. Hold on, take a second, listen to me. God dropped food on their heads, manna from heaven. So you want to tell me the same God that said all you have to do is believe and I will hit you in your face with a feast is going to send somebody else to you and say, hey, I need 1,000 people to seed $100. What? God has told me to come here and he's going to make 10 millionaires out of this room. I need 1,000 people to seed $100 so I can be millionaire number one. Come on, man. Come on. We have to understand, we have to study the scripture for ourselves. We need to know what our calling is, what our purpose is, what our principles are that we live by, and we need to live by them. We need to walk by them. And when I'm talking to you about here, this stuff that we do for the flesh, come on, man. This stuff that we do to work out, this stuff that we do to discipline the flesh, come on. In comparison to heaven, it won't even be a conversation. That's why I don't tie the two together. That's why I don't tie scripture to the things that I discuss in here, because it's different. It's a much higher level. It is an insult. It is an insult to God, the creator of everything, to reduce him to the means by which you can make money in the stock market. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The creator of everything put together a scripture that says this is what you have to do so you can capitalize on cryptocurrency? We got to be careful, people. We have to be careful. We got to be careful. Because there is work that we can do. Trust me, believe me, I know there's work we can do. But when somebody comes to you and tells you that I'm here because God sent me, and they sitting on hundreds of millions, and they were like, well, I need you to give me this in order for you to get that. Come on, man, be wary. I plan on monetizing this channel. It's not a church. I asked for support directly on my bio page. Right in the bio, there are 2 links where you could donate to the channel to help grow the channel and what we do. Two different places where you can support the channel and what we do, help us grow, which is all relevant, which is all important for this channel. It's not church though, people. It's not church. I'm not trying to get money from you because I'm a Christian. I'm not going to tell you that, ask you for blessings so I can continue to spread the word. That's not what this channel does. I'm not a preacher. I'm a child of God. However, my profession has been sales. I've done personal training and I understand that there is a lack of discipline in the world, and the simple things that we know how to do, we don't get done because we lack discipline. Right? If we want to lose weight, we know what we need to do. People aren't not losing weight because they don't know that there's a difference between broccoli and ice cream. People aren't losing weight because they can't discipline themselves enough to eat broccoli versus ice cream. Come on. We know how to make money. We know how to fix a budget. Spend less than you make. We know what to do, but we aren't disciplined enough to spend less than we make. We know what we need to do if we want to be better, we want to be stronger, we want to have more knowledge. We know we need to spend time learning, studying, growing. But people aren't disciplined enough to do it. That's why I'm here. I'm telling you that it takes discipline. It takes repetition. You can't start. You cannot be consistent at something that you have not yet learned how to do. It doesn't start with consistency. And this is why so many people fail, because we keep saying, be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. You can't be consistent at something you don't know how to do. Babies are not consistent at walking when they're first learning how to walk. They must first be repetitious. They must get up and try and fall and try and get up and try and get up and get up and get up. Everybody keeps talking about, let's start with baby steps. Baby steps are hard for babies. They're not consistent when they start. But they want something. And so they go to get it. It takes discipline. It takes perseverance. It's hard. They got to keep pulling up on stuff. And here you are as this big old stupid parent laying them back down on the floor. If they wanted to lay on the floor, they wouldn't be trying to stand up and walk. That's a part of how babies grow. That's the difference between babies having discipline and babies having determination that we lose as adults. There's an expectation that a baby has when it wants to get up and go get something. Mr. Tahoe said, why are so many Americans not investing? Is it because they get hit with a loss and give up? No, because they lack discipline. Because every American thinks that they're supposed to invest. You remember IPOs? Who? Do you remember IPOs? Initial public offers. When companies were coming out, when the internet first lit up, people were just creating names for businesses. No, honestly, people were creating names for the internet. They were creating, come on, what do you call them? When you go to them, it's not a channel. When you go to a specific page, man, the word is, I'm not getting the word. A .com, yep, .com. People were creating .coms. Pizza.com. They would just create, they would sit there, it cost like 79 cents. I think it used to cost like 79 cents to create one. They would sit there and they would create them. And then people would come past and buy them. The one guy made so much money when Exxon was about to buy Mobil, he went out and created every version of Exxon Mobil possible and got paid. Somebody created pizza.com and got paid. Yeah, you know why people aren't investing? Because everybody wants to get rich quick. I want to make a .com. I want to buy a stock. I want to invest $100 a day, and I want it to be $10,000 tomorrow. That's why people aren't investing. Same reason they don't invest in their life. I want to go to the gym this week, and I want to be in shape. I want to be in shape by next Saturday. You know summer coming. You know the beginning of the year when you made your little New Year pledge. This is the year I'm gonna lose weight. By this summer, I'm gonna be in shape. And then you celebrated with 3 pizzas, 16 hot wings, bourbon. That's why. Right, you must invest. If you want to invest, invest. And the thing about it, and I keep telling people, listen, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of smart people. There are people who spend a lot of time with it. I'm not going to tell you that investing is super simple and super easy to do, but I will tell you this right now. I'll tell you this right now. Compounding interest is a big thing, but this is what the United States did. And dude, if you missed it, you got to go back and take a look at it. When the collapse, right? When the economy collapsed and the bubble burst, what was it, back in 2008, something like that, when the housing bubble burst? And all of these financial companies that were out there, maybe it was 2012, or 2012 when they started giving everybody checks. Was that 2008 or 2012? It was one of those years. But essentially, the United States says there are companies that are publicly traded. 92, 87, pick a year. Mr. Tahoe was like, man, pick a year. Listen, the United States has showed you there are companies out there, they were like, we will not let you fail. We do not care how wrong you are in your behavior. We do not care how much money you squander. You cannot fail. There is too much debt and too many people tied up in working for you to support this economy. There are too many companies that depend on you. We can't let you fail. We can't let you fail. We gotta save you. So listen, you went out and you lost $20 billion of people's money. It just evaporated. We're going to give you $200 million so you can write more loans. Not so that you can pay those people back. Screw their money, so that you can bring in more people to borrow money from you. And the CEOs made a killing. I did the research. Nobody got any time. You had CEOs that were getting, during the time it was happening, they were cutting $50 million bonus checks, $120 million checks. They were cleaning up, and then they were forced to step down. And some of them, when they stepped down, the bailout money went to them. When the company said, hey, well, look, hey, man, we get it, we messed up, but we need some money to work with. And the government was like, okay, here's $300 million, here's $2.5 billion. And then they took that bailout money, and those CEOs who were to blame, who were forced to step down, they started cutting them goodbye checks. Hey, here's $25 million to take with you, bye. Here's $50 million, we sorry. What? Come on, man. United States has already showed you where to invest. Too big to fail. Put your money there. Let it grow. They ain't gonna let it fall. It's better than taking a loan from them. Right, then they moved the work from the company, outsourced it to another country. So not only did people lose their jobs, but they got their money, and they made a profit during the process. They wrote it off as debt. They got their money again, and now they're sitting there and they're moving it. You're talking about option selling, Mr. Tahoe. That's why a lot of people don't get into it, is because a lot of people try to do what you're doing. Option selling takes research. It takes knowledge. Calls and puts. You want to talk about somebody's brain being inserted backwards when I started researching options. What? No, wait a minute. I can put a call? What is it? Wait, no. How do I? Yeah, margin calls. Yeah, there's a way to make money, but that's the problem, is most people believe that what they can do is they can just throw money in there with no knowledge. Again, you got to take time. You got to learn it. I don't have any knowledge. I don't have any understanding, but I'm going to take this $500 I got, and I'm going to start day trading. I'm going to start day trading. I'm going to be a millionaire by March. That's why. Most people are not, most of us don't need to even do that. You can grow wealth working the job you work. You just got to learn how to budget your money. And then you have to use your money to make more money. Margin call, the movie is cool. Most charts are a trap. Bull or bear, traps. People are greedy. All of this is true, Mr. Tahoe. All of this is true. This is what I'm trying to say to you. This is what I'm trying to say to you this morning. What this whole talk about this morning is unlocking your superpower. Unlocking your superpower is understanding who you are, that thing that you're good at, and then watching yourself wake up that thing in you, watching it come to life. And it takes discipline. It takes you spending time working on it, focused on it, and making it happen, right? I'm excited about the opportunities that we all have to do this in our own life. I'm excited about the opportunities that I have to do it in my life and to share it with my children. The big thing is going to be the same. It's going to take discipline. Let's stop thinking that we're going to win the lottery. Everybody thinks that everything is the lottery. I can put in 100 and I can get back 100 million. It's not. And this belief that that's how life works is what keeps us in this cycle of going through it over and over and over again. Discipline starts with repetition. You need to do it over and over and over and over. And then you need to be patient, understanding it's not going to be done the first time I do it. And then you need to develop consistency. If you're investing, you need to be consistent. I'm putting in $50 a week. I'm putting in $300 a month. Whatever it is, I want to get to consistency where I'm hitting my mark. And then I know what I'm going to do with it later when it gets to a certain dollar point. I know how I'm going to leverage it. I know how I'm going to move it. I know how I'm going to grow it. I know how I'm going to grow my career. I know how I'm going to use it to acquire more and do more. All of these things are going to be things that are important for your growth, for your development, but it takes discipline, people. We have to learn it and we have to implement it. Good morning, Simple Chris. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Mr. Tahoe said it's a lot of energy, what I do in the markets. Work more than 40 hours a week. My goal is 10K invested by September 1st, then 20K by October 1st. There you go. Takes time. 40K in now, first 80K goal for Christmas. Let's go, Chris. Simple Chris said it, let's go. You know how to leverage it, Mr. Tahoe? You know how to leverage it once you get that account built, right? Also working, indeed. Do you know how to leverage it? Do you know how to take your money and leverage it? You can do, you mean margins on the account? Yes, so you can use margins for investing. And then you can leverage the money to acquire property. You can put your entire stock portfolio in ownership of an LLC. And then you can leverage up to 70% of the stocks that you hold to acquire property for cash. And then that can sit within your company. And then you use any refinance property that you've purchased to pay back your leverage. So it's not a loan, it's leverage. Margins is tricky. You better understand the companies. Yes, margins are tricky. I usually say if you're working with margins to never use more than 50% of what you have available. And set all of your dividend paying stocks to drip so it's reinvested. If you continue to invest on a regular basis, for most of the brokerage companies, somewhere around $300,000, regardless, if you're somewhere around $300,000 and 50% or less of your margins being used, they pay for themselves. They give you a return and the dividends pay for the interest on the margins. Just some information. Hey guys, thank you for being here this morning. It's now 5:54. It's almost 6 a.m. I need to get off of here. I want to thank everyone who's been in here today for stopping in. I want to thank you guys for being a part of the Walk and Talk. I want to thank you for listening and understanding that there is a superpower that we need to unlock. And there's a way to unlock that superpower. And the way we do it is through discipline, by understanding our principles, understanding our purpose, and applying discipline so that we can unlock the thing that we do. Now, as I always say, guys, Whenever you hear with repetition, whenever you hear about discipline, it has 4 pillars. Repetition, which will be followed by patience, which will then need consistency, and will develop perseverance. The first 3 things work on the thing, the 4th one works on you. As always, if you want to contribute to support the channel, you can find on the page, there are links where you can donate to help us to acquire equipment, talent, and continue to grow the reach of the channel. We're now at 2,200 subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing and be a part. Continue to like, comment, and share. Understand we're going to continue to grow, and when we get to the future, I'll meet you there. Until next time, guys, keep growing up, keep showing up, keep blowing up. I said that all out of order. Just keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. And until next time, you guys take care, and y'all have a great Wednesday. God bless.